Well, hey, it's Bob Nagan coming to you from frigid Grand Haven, Michigan. But in today's episode of Real Retail TV, we're going to explore a shift in focus that could be worth hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars to you. So before we get to this change in focus, I want to invite you this upcoming Wednesday, February 4, noon Eastern. Make every customer count. This is a hands-on workshop that's going to teach you how to get your team to sell naturally. When they are confident, when they are competent, they will sell better, which leads us to the shift that could make a huge difference in the future of your business. Now, we all love what we love in retail. Some people love marketing, and marketing is great because marketing drives traffic. Some people love to go to the shows and pick out great merchandise. And if you have a really beautifully curated mix, it's going to bring people into the store. Some people love display. You know, they love to make their store look and feel a particular way. And some people love the numbers. They love digging in and figuring out where there's opportunities, where there's problems. And all of these will absolutely make a difference in your business. I would contend that all of these are necessary skills to have in your arsenal to become successful. But what is the shift that I'm talking about here? The shift that I'm talking about is the shift to really keeping you and your team focused on selling. So selling is the number one activity of your store, right? You exist to sell. You do marketing to bring people in the door so you can sell them stuff. You go to the shows to get great assortment so you can have stuff that people want to buy, that you can sell. Same with display. In the numbers, you're looking for opportunities. But the number one, the lowest hanging fruit, besides pricing, the lowest hanging fruit in your business is building the average ticket by teaching your people to be comfortable and confident on the floor, comfortable, confident, and competent on the floor, having a service culture that sells. This is where the real money is. And the focus away from lots of other things into this could be worth millions of dollars to you. Now, I'm going to show you a quick clip from our handy dandy selling calculator, and I'm going to share a case study, a fictional case study of a store that does $1 million to prove to you that there are indeed hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars to be made with no additional traffic. Okay? So here, check this out. So let's take a look at our handy dandy sales calculator and figure out what a fictional store could be missing. This fictional store does $1 million a year, and in this store, the average salesperson, the average sale is $50. The average sale of the best salesperson in this store is $60. There is a 20% gap between the average and the best. Now, 20% is incredibly common. I have seen gaps of 200 to 300%. Now, if you take $50 average ticket and you divide it by 1 million, and then you extrapolate that out into 365 days a year, that means, and I know that most people aren't open 365 days a year, but bear with me here. That means that this store, on average, is doing 55 transactions a day. They have one store that is open 7 days a week. Let's have a drum roll and see how much this store is missing. $200,200. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a lot of money. If you multiply that 10 years, all of a sudden they're missing out on $2,002,000. If you multiply that times 20, well, you just play around. The numbers don't lie. So I'm going to encourage you to go to the link down below and click on the calculator. Play with it. And then not only look at what the gap is, what you're missing out this year, but play with it. Yes, the gap between your average salesperson and your best salesperson, you may not be able to close it completely, but what if you closed it by 50%? If you could close the gap between your best salesperson and your average salesperson by 50% and multiply that out times 10 years, what's that going to do to your future? Times 20 years. What's that going to do to your future? You see, recognize we're playing a long game here. And these little things that you do well, this isn't a little thing, but the things you do well have long-term implications. And yes, I would, strongly encourage you to be a better marketer, to be a better buyer, to have a better assortment, to watch your numbers carefully. But if you're looking for the low-hanging fruit, if you're looking to build your business as efficiently as possible, take some of your attention from elsewhere and put it into your sales team. Now, again, on Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday, February 4, there is going to be a free workshop. Susan and I are leading a free workshop called Make Every Customer Count. How do you sell the most to every customer? How do you build the average ticket? And we're going to teach you how to teach your team to be comfortable and competent and confident. Teach them how to sell naturally so they don't feel like it's being pushy. They know what they're doing. They get out on the floor. They do it well, and they make your customers happy. They make themselves happier, and they make you a lot more money. All right, everybody. Hope to see you on Wednesday. I'm Bob Megan. Take care. Bye-bye.